Welcome to Work Smart, the Life and Retire Graciously channel. This is a YouTube channel that is dedicated to sharing useful information and useful insight and useful financial tip with employed professionals out there who are still living on one paycheck and those that would wish to break from the vicious circle of living paycheck to paycheck. My name is Joro. I am a businessman. I am a former high school graduate teacher. I retired early from my teaching career over 20 years ago at the age of 34. The insights and the lessons that I'm going to share with you have been born out of the first experience that I have acquired through the years in both my formal employment and in my business and entrepreneurship ventures. I'm going to share a story of how and why I left teaching profession and entered into business. Before I share this, I would kindly ask that you subscribe, because the lessons and the insights that I'm going to share have been born out of practical experience, and I believe that they are useful in stabilizing somebody financially now and also after retirement. After graduating from the university, I was posted to a school that is in a remote place in eastern Kenya, more than 20 kilometers away from the nearest town. I worked until I got my first paycheck, but as I continued getting check after another, I realized that I had actually fallen into that trap of living on check to check. The ambitions which I had when I was graduating were slowly fading away. So I called myself to a meeting and I told myself, Joro, here things are not working right for you. You either drop those ambitions that you have or think of getting another line of income. And what I decided to do was to look for a seed capital, and that seed capital could only come from my savings, because the family where I come from could not afford to give me seed capital to do what I wanted to go out and do. And so I embarked on a journey of savings. The little income that I was getting, I dedicated a certain amount of money to go to the teacher's circle every single month. And for some years I saved consistently until when I felt that now it was time to go and take a small loan and see what I could do with it. So that was my seed capital. And since I was living deep in the village, I decided to get out of the village and go to the nearest town and rent a small room there and work from there, commute to school, come back and check on how my small business was faring, and I would spend the whole weekends there and the whole evenings there. And slowly by slowly the business took off and started thriving, and after some few years the business was giving me good income, and I realized that even the income that the business was giving me was better than what I was getting from the government. And so I started contemplating on giving my whole self to the business in terms of my presence, and that's the time that I opted to quit the formal employment and get into self-employment. And I have never regretted why I made that decision up to today. It was the best decision that I've ever made. By this time, I had already gotten a family, and the business was able to support us fully. Lessons that I have learned through the years is that the paycheck is never enough, and it will never be enough. If one decides to live on paycheck, that person will never achieve the financial freedom. The financial freedom will remain a pipe dream. But the moment one decides that the paycheck is not enough, then that's the time that the journey to financial freedom begins. Because if he gets another line of income that can give him 1,000 shillings, 2,000 shillings, 5,000 or even 10,000 shillings weekly or even monthly, then that would be a big boost. My advice to those that are still stuck with one paycheck is do a SWOT analysis of yourself. Check on your strength. Check on those unique abilities and skills that you have. Check on the opportunities that are available in your locality. Agree to start small. A side hustle is worth it. A side hustle, unlike the salaried employment, has no ceiling. You can start small, but eventually it grows. And there's no ceiling of how much you should get or how much you can get. So those are some of the vital lessons that I have run through the years, and I keep on encouraging those that are in formal employment not just to sit back and lament. There is still something and much more that you can do. The journey to financial freedom begins when you agree that the paycheck is never enough. It can never guarantee you the financial freedom. Financial freedom is not about getting a salary. It's not about meeting your basic needs. It's more than that. Financial freedom is putting up passive investment that work for you, be it in money market, be it in circles, real estates, buying of lands. That is the investment. That is the investment that you need to have. And lastly, I want to say that if you have not started, think about it, purpose, and start. And you thank me later. Thank you.